Hi, it's Quinton here from Flames Fitness in Canberra. Today I just want to talk a little bit about probably the most important thing when you're aiming to achieve any sort of results with your fitness and health training. And it's something that's really good food for thought. More important than even doing the exercise and everything else itself. And that's this one up here, goal setting. Before you start out on any sort of a journey, it's critical that you set yourself some goals. And when I say any sort of journey, I really do mean that. It's not just to do with fitness and exercise. You might look at me and say he's the gym guy or the gym junkie or that sort of thing. It's not really just about that. It's about setting goals for any aspect of your life. If you truly want to achieve it, then it's really important to actually think it through. The way we go about doing that, and I will relate this back to our fitness and health, but the way we go about doing that is think about long-term goals first. Think about where you would like to be and where you're heading. And the really important thing there is to write it down. And I want to write that down. Right, now when I write that down, I might get sidetracked while I'm talking to you right now. When I turn back to this and it's in my face, I'm going to remember what I'm talking about. And that's really the basis of goal setting and recording what it is that you're doing and where you want to go and what you want to achieve, if anything. If you're really serious about it, record it down. So sit down, have a good brainstorm, get excited about the things you want to achieve. And it might be to do with losing body fat. It might be to do with getting fitter and running a marathon. It could be to do as many push-ups or join the army. It really doesn't matter. It could be something really important like living longer. All right, whatever the goal is, it's really good to have it in your mind. So when you get up in the morning, you want to get really excited about it. And that's why I like to write it down. We like to, for our clients, we like to get them to, or we'll do it for them actually, and write it down and set them a plan. And within that plan, we'll have some specific goals that we'll have recorded down in a place that they can see it every day. When they wake up, you want to be able to see it as a little reminder. Where am I? What's my purpose today? Where am I heading? Try this little one at home. If you want to find more money, if you ever look at a homeless person that's got some money and wonder where they get it from, they're focused. They're mentally focused on finding money. If you sit down every day and said, right, I'm going to think about finding $1, focusing, I'm thinking about finding $1. Guess what? You'll probably find more $1 coins on the ground just out of what you deem as luck. But it's really just because you switched your radar on. All right, same sort of thing happens if you're buying yourself a new car. You might buy a blue car and you'll suddenly start seeing heaps of blue cars on the road and they're everywhere. And again, it's something that you've just brought top of mind. The second you stop thinking about that and it's not a new item for you anymore, you don't seem to notice it anymore and it doesn't become so relevant. If it's something that needs to be relevant though, it's really important that you keep it top of mind. Put it somewhere you're going to keep seeing it. So if we're talking about losing some body fat, and that might be the long-term goal, and again, you write it down, you might say, yeah, I want to drop my body fat by 5%, and that might equate to by 5 kilograms. It's a big hypothetical here. 5 kilograms for a 100 kilo person. All right, that's great. Now, that's all fine and good, and most people have gone this far in their life and thought about one small goal like that. The trick now is to break it down. How am I going to go about doing that? All right, what are the steps I need to take to change what it is that I do right now to make this happen? Because at the end of the day, changing what you do right now is critical because it's something you don't have yet. Otherwise, you'd already have it. So you've got to find out those things you need to change. One of them might be you need to start exercising. And that's, again, fine and good to say, but when are you going to exercise? So again, let's start thinking about how many times a week you're going to exercise. Where you're going to exercise. Now, I'd like to say you're going to come down to Flames Fitness and join us. And if you're in Canberra, that'd definitely be the place to come. You're going to find out how many times you can exercise, where you're going to exercise, what sort of exercise you do. Commit yourself to it. And you know, be really honest with yourself about what it is. Don't tell yourself you're going to do 5 sessions a week if you know you'll talk yourself back out of it. Find a realistic amount of time you can dedicate to it. The next thing you'll have to find out is about your diet and changing your eating patterns. What sort of things are going to work best for you? All right, again, set yourself a plan based on that. Let's work it backwards. All right, I'm not going to lose 5 kilos in the first week. And realistically, you're not. That's not exactly the easiest thing to do. It's safe to say half a kilo to a kilo of fat a week if you're 100% dedicated, focused on your diet. I would suggest setting yourself a little longer term for that so you can make a more permanent lifestyle change. Don't go crazy and try and radically change everything overnight. But again, set some small, shorter term goals. to say, okay, well, what I want to do, I know I drink 6 glasses of wine every night, and I've established now by looking at my diet that that's probably not the best thing to do. And I can tell you now it's not. All right, so what you're going to do is maybe set yourself a shorter-term goal of decreasing your wine intake, knowing that's going to drop your calories down a lot. And so by dropping your wine intake down, you might say, all right, every second day, because I'm a bit of an alcoholic, and that's not good. I'm a bit of an alcoholic, I'm going to cut it down, so every second day I'm going to drink that wine. All right, we've halved your calorie intake from that one small goal. Achieve that. Note that you've achieved it. Mark it off your list. Then set yourself a new goal. And that list is something that we're going to evolve through. And what you find by doing this, and I said this is just a big theory, apply that theory to any aspect of life that you really want to achieve. Break it down into small, bite-sized chunks, short-term goals, and then gradually achieve them. As you achieve them, give yourself a pat on the back, move on to the next ones, but have that as a permanent plan. So when you wake up one day and think, oh, what am I doing? You look at your board, look at your wall, look at your fridge, or wherever you've got your goals written down. I know someone that actually laminates their little affirmations on life, and they put them in the shower because they know they're going to look at it every morning when they get up and have their shower. They get in there, see, right, this is what you want to do, this is the sort of person you want to be, this is where you're heading, this is what you need to do today to achieve those things, and you head out there. Now, I'm not telling you what those things are. You need to come up with those things yourself and the things you want to achieve. But that's the way you go about doing it. Now, at Flames Fitness, we're heavily focused on goal setting, and that's certainly the aspect we take with any of our strength and fat loss packages, is about setting goals and trying to keep people motivated towards a longer term outcome. That's pretty much all I've got to say about this one. I could go on for days, I'm good at that, but right now I'll bow out and stay tuned for our next video. We'll see you soon.